And there has been some talk. There has been some concern about that.
Yeah, but even for veterans, it can take a while to get into a groove. It's the beginning of the season. You still have to find your way, new teammates, new concepts. And if a player's role on the team has changed, that can affect his production. I mean, look at a guy like Melo last year, going to a different situation. Do you sacrifice by shooting less? Do you sacrifice by shooting more?
The Kings will go for a different look. Here, Kufis checked in for Randolph. This year comes in for Bagley. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Farrell subbed in for Buddy Hield. A-Train is checked in for Los Angeles. Lonzo Ball comes in for Rajon Rondo. Taking a look at Los Angeles. All out there with Harris. And there's JaVale McGee. Then there's A-Train. And it's LeBron at the 3 slot. They set the pick. Ball against Fox. Shot clock at 6. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Well, they really worked well together. They trusted each other. That's how you get stops.
This year, kicks to Fox. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. Back to Labissiere. Rebounded by McGee.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Even as the team rebuilds, business booming for the Kings. Chris, ticket sales, sponsorships, you name it.
Well, the fans are doing their part to make this team. You can bet that.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Beasley's checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in for LeBron. And it's Josh Hart in for Harris. Farrell passes to Labissiere. Here's Farrell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Kufis can't hit that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
The young legs. Ingram getting off the ground for the deep react.
The Kings trail by 9. Fox kicks to Labissiere. Bielitsa passes to Labissiere. Back to Bielitsa. Farrell for 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Los Angeles leading by 9. Here's A-Train. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's Bielitsa. It's blocked. Inside. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Hart's got his first basket of the night.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Knocked away. Stolen by Ball. On the pass to Beasley. Lays it up off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 13.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Farrell kicks to Fox. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. Shoots over Ingram. Sacramento again missing.
You can't be missing shots like that in the post. That'll get you a spot on the bench.
And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got his second bucket of the night.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Quick quickly, let's bring up the list of the top rookie three-point bombers in the NBA. You take a look at the A-Train, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
The steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
The Lakers have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of this.
Kufis the pass to Bielitsa. 6 to shoot. Here's Fox. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Fox has got his second basket.
And if you give Fox the mid-range area, he'll take it. It's good seeing him improve from there.
Here's A-Train. Rebound by Bielitsa. The Kings trail by 16. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. "16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Fox. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in command with us. Now you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up NBA.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing it.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Lakers. Ball is the point with KCP at his side. Brandon Ingram's out there with Beasley. And it's A-Train in at the 3 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. Beasley the screen. Clock at 6. A-Train gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And look, Caldwell Pope, Kevin, he's one of the better 3 and D wings in this league. He's very active with his hands. And on defense, you know he's always going to get a handful of steals, but he's not the most efficient scorer. He's solid from deep.
Labissiere with the screen for Hield. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And with Caldwell Pope as... Here's Fox. And here is Labissiere. Off the pick. Labissiere. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Hield? Averaging 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
They set the pick. Here's A-Train. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. A-Train's got 6.
And just like you draw it up, I mean, create some space with the screen and get the good, clean look.
Passes it to Hield. Labissiere, the screen. And it's Hield off the drive. Just 5 on the clock. That's tipped, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Sacramento.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the 3-ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Oh, good from A-Train.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Beasley with the steal. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's A-Train. It's not going to go for him. Now Sacramento takes it the other way.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Hield outside. Halt the run. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's obvious that Hield is a talented player. Whether he takes that next week, you start him, that's up to him.
Good on both. Here's A-Train. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly well. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third. Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Randolph. This year comes in for Bagley. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Farrell subbed in for Hield. And then for Los Angeles, Ingram, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. A-Train comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Rajon Rondo. That's good from Harris. See, Webb, there are guys that bring it every night. It doesn't depend on a game or a teammate or a play or whatever. Every night they bring it out. Great consistency. I know you have a lot of players that you admire in that regard.
Definitely, I admire their pride, their heart, their attention to detail, passion for the game, the Kawhi Leonards, the Chris Pauls, LeBron James, of course, Kevin Durant. So many players put their heart on the line every night. You love seeing that.
We've got Labissiere. Farrell is out there with Fox. Then there's Kufis, and it's Bielitsa in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Labissiere gets it to go.
Oh, and these close shots are the one Labissiere makes consistently, almost unblockable, given his height and length.
On the wing, Corey Harris. Ingram outside. Floats it up for James.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. The Kings have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. And Bielitsa kicks to Kufis. Pass to Farrell. A 3-ball. But they recover it. It's rebounded by Corey Harris. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's Caldwell-Pope. That's good on the assist by James. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Farrell. Back to Fox. Down low. Labissiere fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
That's some determination from Labissiere. He isn't going to be denied even when he's getting fouled.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Beasley's checked in for James. Josh Hart comes in for Caldwell-Pope. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Harris. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. 4th spot held by the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long. So that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
The first one falls. And isn't it amazing how overnight the Lakers went from a rebuilding team to a contending team now with LeBron?
Whatever team LeBron has been on has always been a threat to make the finals. Magic Johnson knows that. He was always a threat to make the finals. 9 for him, 8 for LeBron. I mean, the Lakers recognize and know that they have a 4-year window with LeBron. Now, titles are a standard for Magic Johnson and the Lakers, and their commitment to bringing LeBron in shows that.
And how about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Here's A-Train, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Well, the Kings, they're trying to create some continuity. I mean, the coaching and the front office positions are now signed through 2020. They say there's a unified vision on getting back to the playoffs.
Feeds it to Ingram. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Labissiere, the pass to Bielitsa. Stolen by Ball. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, look at that awareness of Ball. Fantastic at recognizing when his teammates are wide open.
Kings shooting 47% from the field in the third. And the Kings have built a solid front office, and they're sticking with the plan as Coach Yeager is now in his 3rd season.
Well, stability is crucial. I mean, we remember the debacle before Coach came in. I mean, you want to hire good people and empower them to do some great things.
It's Bielitsa. Bangs home the trifecta. Bielitsa's got 9.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
There's 1:17 left to play in the third. A-Train, the pass to Hart. Here's A-Train. He's got 15. Kicks it to Beasley. Over Koufos. Again, the Lakers. 59 seconds left in the third. Farrell passes to Labissiere. Fox against Ball. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. De'Aaron Fox, see Webb, with a very slender build. Does that concern you at all?
Not at all. I love his wiry strength. It holds up the contact better than you might think. Plus his speed beats strength any day. He's got to stay in the weight room, though. He knows.
Here's A-Train. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Again, the Lakers. .29 seconds left to play here in the third. Fox with it. 10 points for him. Here's Farrell. Got a piece of it.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
For Sacramento, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe. 7 seconds left to play in the third. With 1 on the clock, that misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Lakers on top, opening up a huge gap. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time to State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
And it's also called making it.
Platoon swap here for Sacramento. And then for the Lakers, A-Train comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Ball. Here's Hart. Now the pass to Zubac. The 3. The shot's good from A-Train. A-Train's got 11 in the second half.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Hart is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's A-Train. Then there's Beasley. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. Caldwell Pope kicks to Zubac. Out to the right wing. They set the screen. Back to Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot. Here's A-Train. And he overshot that one, missing.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Here's Fox. It's rebounded by A-Train. A-Train's got his 3rd rebound on the night. See, we have a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. We're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more threes.
Hield kicks to Farrell. Labissiere, the screen. Sacramento again missing. The Lakers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. The shot's good from A-Train.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Hield outside. There's the screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Hield's got 5 points now in the quarter. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Again, Los Angeles.
Look at this. I like this. Team basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
The Kings shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Farrell passes to Koufos. Hield against Caldwell Pope. Here's Koufos. Hits the jump hook.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. But it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
Hart kicks to Caldwell Pope. Takes a 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for A-Train.
Just the scoring alone. I mean, it's a fantastic game for him. He was just going over, around, through the defense, I mean, all day long.
Here's Farrell. He kicks it to Hield. Labissiere, the screen. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. Jackson, he's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And the Lakers call time here. They're ahead by 48. 32 seconds left to play here in the 4th. What do you think, guys?
And guys, just avoiding the unnecessary fouls here. That's about the only thing that can get them in trouble at this point.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, A-Train.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else
out on the floor.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against them tonight, his name was not high on that list. From deep three-point range, it's held in by Zubac, and here's the Lakers. They're on a 15-6 run. The shot's good from A-Train.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
Hield kicks to Kufis. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's A-Train. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Congratulations. Defense, the catalyst for this win. Did you think it would take this kind of effort to get the job done?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, you know. Of course, you can't...
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And looking at Los Angeles, They've definitely been generating momentum. The front office couldn't be happier with the way this team has performed early on. It starts with good coaching, good game planning, and then credit the players. They bought into the system, and they're executing at a very high level. And one of the feel-good stories of the year, the emergence of AI. Worked his way through the G League, landed on an NBA roster. Shaq, we get to watch him tonight.
First of all, I don't see why he was even in the G League, because only a handful of guys come out the G League every year and stick on NBA roster. Trust me, this guy's like double-sided tape. He gonna be sticking, Ernie.
Oh, we've been sitting on that one for a while.
For a long time.
Beat that.
Well, I'll tell you what, the level of play, though, in the G League has improved every year. Fantastic games. This really prepares you for the NBA. And you know what it's like, Ernie?
No, what is it like?
It's like a shoe with no sole. You're going to feel the ground and stick, baby. Feel the ground and stick.
Ernie, you know his real name?
What's that?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, that's much better than what I said.
From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Big game here will get this road trip started confidently for the Lakers. The story here, Vucevic injured guys and unable to play.
Yeah, Kevin, you could tell when he went down in that last game, it just didn't look good. And now that news just kind of confirms our worst fears. He's going to have to watch from the sideline, and really the timetable's still in doubt.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at Los Angeles, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Harris is out there with Lonzo Ball, and it's A-Train in at the 5 down low. Clark, back when you were playing, what were the biggest challenges over the first third of the season you found?
Well, the travel is always a challenge, particularly early in your career, just learning how to manage that. How do you rest? How do you get your work in? How do you stay focused mentally? So the challenge of travel and the details of your craft. And then establishing chemistry with your teammates. We were kind of in transition my first 3 years in Indiana, where we had new players each year. And that's one of the challenges with the team that's struggling to be competitive.
For 3, Ross. Kuzma pulls it in. Grant against Ball, and it's blocked.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
From 11 feet away, shot is good off the back rim and in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Grant against Ball. Here's Simmons. It's hauled in by LeBron.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Bamba setting the pick for Simmons. Pass to Ross. Gordon a screen. Pocket 6. Ross against LeBron. Over James. The Magic again can't hit. Lakers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's A-Train. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
The Magic have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. On the wing, Corey Harris. He's covered by Grant. Here's A-Train. Nails the close-range fadeaway jumper. A-Train's got his first points of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Screen by Simmons. Poke loose. Now here is Harris. 11 points for him in that last game against Portland. The 9-foot shot. LeBron passes the ball. Chalk up 2 there. Ball's got his first 2 points.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Now, here's Bamba. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Grant kicks to Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Russ. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first minute.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. 5th best, Mohamed Bamba.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Yeah, and I think it's a unique talent and instinct he has. I mean, timing out the dribble, seeing the pass before it happens. Really excellent hands when he goes to strip the ball, and I think he's only going to get better.
No good from A-Train.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. The shot isn't there right now. You got to help him some other way.
They set the pick. No good on the 3.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding.
Here's Harris. Augustine Fournier are in the backcourt. Crosses the 3 with Gordon at the 4. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's A-Train. Mozgov covering. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And, you know, I think if you're a Lakers fan, you've got to be excited about this young core. I mean, had a fantastic draft in 2017 and got really good building block players in Ball, Kuzma, and Hart.
The Magic making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Floats one. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Augustine. Harris passes to Beasley. Harris against Augustine. It's blocked.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 14-2 run here. Pass to Beasley. Augustine against Harris. Here's A-Train. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Moskov.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Pass to Ross. Moskov, a screen on Stevenson. On pass to Gordon. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them on a lot of teams. D.A., thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Al Simmons, he had a 15-point outing in the last game against Philadelphia. Here's Moskov. It's tipped. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up. Here's A-Train. Moskov grabs the board. Moskov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Moskov sets a screen for Ross. Here's A-Train, kicks it out to Stevenson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Grant, he's checked in for Augustine. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers.
And Lance Stevenson, man, I could say a ton about this guy, but he is a player who thrives in chaos. Broken plays, odd situations. Those are where Lance is at his best. I mean, he likes to play as a freestyler, and he excels in that capacity.
He came off the screen and finished with authority.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And with Lance Stevenson, sometimes he'll pull off an improvised play, Clark, that just drops your jaw.
Yeah, he's one of the most instinctive players I've ever seen. I mean, he does do some things that could cause you to pull your hair out if you have any. But this guy is competitive, great size, and he ignites a team because he can do a lot of things to help you win.
Beasley against Gordon. Beasley, the pass to A-Train. Beasley trying to break free. And the shot goes in from A-Train. A-Train's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. There's the pass to Simmons. Over Caldwell Pope. No good from Simmons. Lakers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. The shot's good from A-Train.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
Harris against Grant. Hit by Moskov. Grant against Harris. Shot clock at 6. Grant the pass to Moskov. And Moskov throws it down.
Love the high.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second. And now the third quarter about to get going. A-Train has been sensational.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half. Shot way above his average.
Exactly, Greg. And, you know, when he's scoring like this, they're tough to stop.
So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Lonzo Ball out there with Harris. And it's A-Train in at the center position. Back to Ball. Lakers passing it around. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Ball. Kuzma's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Lakers. And Simmons kicks to Bamba. Dishes to Grant. Pass to Bamba. And the shot goes in. Bamba's got his second bucket of the night.
And even though Bamba needs to add a lot of strength, he does have the body control to convert through contact.
LeBron against Ross. Passes to Gordon. Over to the wing.
Give it to him.
Grant against Ball. Simmons a screen on Ball. Here's Grant. It's rebounded by Corey Harris. Lakers leading by 8. And there's the pass to A-Train. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got his 5th assist in this one.
That's their 3rd straight made off an assist.
Gordon with a screen on Ball. Grant kicks to Ross. On the wing, Gordon. He's covered by Ball. And it's Gordon missing.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
The Lakers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. James against Ross. Rebound by A-Train. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster is not a recipe for consistent success.
Ross against Harris. And the rejection by James.
And, you know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ... And, you know, it was clear early on that Kyle Kuzma is going to be a great scorer. He had no problem putting up big numbers in his rookie season. Many feel, and I'm with them, this is just the start. He has plenty of upside in other areas of his game. This guy is all-star caliber in time.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Orlando, 8.5 games behind them.
And I think for the Magic, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
The Magic trail by 16. And with Kuzma, he is so ahead of schedule as a scorer, Clark. He's had time to branch out this development.
Yeah, he's got a nice game offensively. Boy, he does a little bit of everything. Handles it, shoots it, can score with or without the ball. Even at the end of last season, I think he focused more on acting as a playmaker for others, which adds to his versatility. The sky's the limit for this guy, Kevin.
Ross on the wing. Over LeBron. Gordon trying to break loose. Kept alive. And Simmons kicks to Ross. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Harris. On up the court. And the dunk by James.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
And a much-needed run, too, Greg. I mean, they've turned it up a notch. Really taking over now.
Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on JaVale McGee.
Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. He's not going to return to this game, and unfortunately, it looks like he could be out for a while, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
Here's A-Train. 14 points for him. Kuzma can't get it to go.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Ross with it, kicks it out to Gordon. They need this. Another miss by Orlando.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Tipped away. To the paint. And it's blocked. And James gets it to go. LeBron's got 4 points this quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Los Angeles?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
Clark, obviously everyone's looking for talent, but talk about some of the players whose work ethic sets them apart in your mind.
Jimmy Butler's work ethic, I think, made him into an all-star. Obviously had good size and athleticism, but refined his offensive game and is now a multi-time all-star, and his work ethic is top level. Any of the guys that you've seen impact their teams or come from low draft positions or undrafted, Patrick Beverly. How about him as a guy that you look at and say, man, this guy's work ethic has really made the difference in his career.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
No good from Simmons.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Kuzma kicks to LeBron. They set the pick. Ball, the pass to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Here's Simmons. No good on that one. Great D that time from James. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run right now. A-Train, the pass to Kuzma. And it's in off the backboard. Kuzma's got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Gordon dishes to Bamba. Yep, that one goes.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, last season, Aaron Gordon really flourished in a more wide-open offense, taking advantage of his uber athleticism. But he also put a lot of work into his jumper, and that show helped him make the jump into a top option for an offense.
So for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Evan Fournier comes in for Jonathan Simmons. And it's Grant in for Augustine. Ingram, he's checked in for the Lakers. Josh Hart comes in for Harris. The Magic trail by 20. And with the Magic, Terrence Ross comes in for Gordon. And Jonathan Simmons subbed in for Bamba. The Lakers also making some changes. A-Train comes in for Ingram. And Harris subbed in for Hart. They set the pick. Here's LeBron. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 21 points for LeBron. And for Gordon, all the focus he gave to improving his shot gave him the confidence he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And confidence so big in this league. I mean, it's the difference between good to great or average to good. I mean, when he believes in his shot, he's lethal offensively. It just opens up the floor for him and his teammates and allows him to create mismatches the way he's shooting it now.
You've got Isaac. Terrence Ross is out there with Simmons. Then there's Grant, and it's Fournier in at the 2. That's who's out there for Orlando. Ball against Grant. Down low, Fournier. Corey Harris with the block.
I mean, you have to be cognizant of where Harris is. He's solid at timing when the block shots.
And he gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Isaac kicks to Fournier. And a miss there on the triple. Los Angeles leading by 15. Harris passes the ball. Here's A-Train. He's covered by Grant. Here's A-Train. And the shot goes in.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Isaac misses. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. A-Train, the pass to Kuzma. Harris kicks to Kuzma. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Bamba is checked in for Evan Fournier. Ball against Grant. Pass to Kuzma. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 9 assists now tonight. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 19. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And Orlando has possession, trailing by 19. That's tipped. Pass to Ross. Kuzma against Gordon. Outside for Simmons. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely, just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And it always feels good to get that first win in a season series. Going head-to-head twice this year, this will put them up 1-0 so far against the Magic.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his capacity really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Still working on that jump shot. The more Simmons connects from here, I think the more effective he'll become.
Here's A-Train. Mozgov covering, and it's good for 2.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And now Augustine pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Hey, guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
Here's A-Train. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
And here is Bamba. Simmons passes to Mozgov.
And, you know, the Russian Mozgov is a really valuable big guy. Effective on both ends of the floor, and those guys are hard to find.
First one falls for him. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Now, here's Stevenson. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
It feels good, man. We got a lot of them.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Well, for San Antonio, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. Tonight, we get to watch DeMar DeRozan, one of the more...
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, AI had an interesting time in the G League. He was first brought over by L.A., but immediately traded to Fort Wayne. L.A. actually traded him for a player and, quote, sandwich privileges, unquote. Clearly, he flourished with the Mad Ants as he has made his way into the NBA. I'm hungry now. Guys?
Thank you, David. I'm not sure that trade has aged so well. But you know what, Greg? I bet both teams wish they had him now.
You know, we need more specifics on what kind of sandwiches they were. Were any chips involved or condiments to be named later?
Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak.
Some changes for New Orleans. A-Train, he's checked in for Okafor, and it's Peyton in for Ejuan Moore. So for New Orleans right now, Peyton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. A-Train is out there with Mirotic, and it's Randall in at the center. A-Train, the pass to Randall, over to Saul. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
All right, a chance to check out stats for LaMarcus Aldridge. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 23 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
Pelicans trail by 9. To the inside. A-Train, the dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on DeRozan.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Peyton's skilled enough to find the open man.
That free throw good from A-Train. Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
And I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place. And the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
And the layup shoot off the glass. A-Train's got his second basket of the night.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Peyton against Young.
Respect it. Shoot it.
Aldridge is screened. Just 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Got it. Good job on the low post. Aldridge has got 8.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Peyton passes to A-Train. And he comes up with the deuce.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
And Young kicks to Aldridge. Outside DeRozan. Takes the 13-footer. They get the rebound. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. When you look at Bellinelli, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Brent, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
And Walker kicks to Mills. On the pass to Bellinelli. There's the pick. Back to Mills. This one for three. He's off on that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
Pass to Purdy. He kicks to Walker. The three from Mills. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And the Spurs lead by 9.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Passes to A-Train. Mills with the steal. Pass to Pirtle. Walker with it. Covered by Okafor. From 18 feet away. San Antonio getting another chance here. Pirtle kicks to Walker. There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pushing their lead to double digits. And it's an 11-point Spurs lead.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. No good from A-Train. Left side Walker. Good D by Holiday. And so it's the San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan last season opened up about his battles with depression.
Other people ashamed to talk about it.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Mirotic comes in for Solomon Hill. A-Train, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Drew Holiday. So the Pelican 5 right now. A-Train is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Payton. And it's Randle in at the center position. Payton with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively. Right wing. Here's A-Train. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. A-Train's got 11 points.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Young. Aldridge, the pass to Gay. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. 7 points for Rudy Gay.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Crossing its way.
Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State. Now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
A-Train, the pass to Randle. Here's Mirotic in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Here's Young. Pelicans pull it in. And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and he ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry is a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now to watch in the NBA.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Inside. Back to Aldridge. over Mirotic, and it's San Antonio with another.
Not many, if any, bigs in the league have a more proficient mid-range game. Aldridge with the soft touch there.
Hayden against Young. Mirotic, a screen on game, and stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Young with the ball. Gasol dishes to Young. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. With the teardrop, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Okafor's checked in for New Orleans. For New Orleans, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Here's DeRozan. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They set the pick from beyond the arc, and the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from A-Train.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
And Young kicks to Gay. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Wow, when Rudy Gay's connecting there, that's going to help out a lot. It really opens up the rest of the court.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. A fantastic game from Vermont. Group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Okafor. A-Train comes in for Julius Randle. Hill, he's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Darius Miller in for Moore. They've got Pirtle. Mill's out there with Bellinelli. And it's Bertsinus in at the power forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. To the middle. It's stolen by Ajinça. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pelicans trail by 12. And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
And now the Pelicans on the break. Hill leading the charge. Holiday, the pass to A-Train. The second effort. And the layup is good. A-Train's got it back down to single digits for New Orleans.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. Swiped it away. And here's the break. Here's A-Train, a big jump at the end of the break.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Spurs leading by 6. Mills passes to Bertans. Now Mills. Off the pick. Bertans' shot is good. Bertans got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
Hill against Bellinelli. To the middle. Here's A-Train.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. This is his second trip to the line in this one. San Antonio making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. And then for New Orleans, Emeka Okafor. He's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Miller. There are a lot of guys that can just blow right by you. They turn on the jets and they're as quick as a hiccup. And there are some guys with that quick first step that are a blur.
I love watching Damian Lillard in Portland when it is that he has one of those, most of the games he has it going, but one of those games where he's really got it going, and the way that he can get around a pick and get into the hoop. Damian Lillard, explosive. Put Kyrie Irving, put John Wall's blazing speed on that list. And sometimes Goran Dragic, the way he weasels into a lane, and I mean that in a good way, finishing off.
I like that word. He's a good word.
He's fantastic. So we have tremendous explosive point guards who get the job done. This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. Now here's Mills, covered by Payton. DeRozan against Hill, 6 to shoot. DeRozan's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 7. 32 seconds left in the third.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Mills passes to Bertans. And there's the call on A-Train. That'll be his second foul of the game. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. It's stolen by Hill. The pass to A-Train. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. A-Train's got 28.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And here's DeRozan, who's got 19. With 1 on the clock, off target with that shot. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Spurs lead by 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
This game is a big boy game. Physicality, toughness with the ball.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Pelicans trail by 3, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lights courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Randall out there with Okafor. Then there's A-Train. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Payton in at point guard. DeRozan with a screen for Gasol. Then from outside, Okafor grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get to finish.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Bellinelli. Here's DeRozan. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get that on track. And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Craig. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Aldridge is sprinting. Here's Young. The wide open look here for DeRozan. No good from outside.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots. He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
And Mills gets to Young. There's the pick. Down low, Aldridge. Good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, that's what he's capable of doing right there. Aldridge with the great length and just enough bulk to absorb that hit and earn the N1.
And the Spurs with some changes. Saul comes in for Patty Mills. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's A-Train. He's covered by Gay. Back to Holiday. Kicks to Randall. Shot clock at 5. A-Train, the pass to Holiday. For 3. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Young against Holiday.
Clean the pass up.
Young passes to Bissell. Let's go. That one wide left. Pelicans trail by 7. Handle outside. Here's A-Train. He's covered by Gay. Outside Holiday. Here's A-Train. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists in the game. Young against Holiday. Pass to Gay. Back to Young. And it's Young finishing it off.
As long as the lob pass is on target, Young will finish it off. A legitimate alley-oop threat.
And a tremendous Unleashed Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. A-Train, the pass to Okafor. Here's A-Train. He's covered by Gay. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Young up top, guarded by Holiday. Young against Holiday. Now, here is Young. He's covered closely. Here's A-Train. That one doesn't go. Aldridge with some nice deep. And they go to the intentional foul. That's the first. That increases their lead to 6.
Pretty consistent player when healthy, and nice to see Rudy Gay working back with this kind of athletic prowess.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 7.
28 points. Give me that. Okay. Why am I following this dude?
Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
Here's A-Train. And it's off the back rim. No good. So it's the Spurs with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you.
So I got a full-size basketball court in my spot, man. And you want to come over, shoot around, play a game, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, anytime. It's nice. Yeah.